We all love IKEA. Let's face it, it serves a real purpose. It's modular, affordable cabinetry that is DIY friendly. Well, for the most part, it's DIY friendly. Virtually everyone can build the boxes and hang the doors, and some people, depending on your skill level, can even hang the units. But that's about where the DIY friendly part ends. The challenging part is how to make a generic box look built in. The very first step is to build the wall that the boxes are going to live in. Then you're going to cover that wall with drywall. And once you've slid your boxes in place and secured it to the framing, what you'll notice is the gap between the drywall and the boxes isn't exactly pretty. So how do we make that look built in? Our favorite way is to use a vinyl bead known as a tear-away bead from a company called Trim-Tex. Now these beads are great because not only do they protect the end of the drywall, but they create a smooth transition from one material to another. And in this case, that was the drywall to the IKEA boxes. So after we cut the strips to size and miter the corners, it's time to stick these to the wall. And to do that, we use both glue and staples to hold them in place before we mud them over completely. And the best part about these tear-away strips, and actually why they're called tear-away strips, is that these vinyl beads have a guard built into them that prevents mud from getting on the surface you don't want it. And then once it's fully finished and fully mudded, you simply tear away the guard edge and you're left with a perfectly smooth, perfectly flush, mudded vinyl bead edge. So you may be thinking that this seems like a lot of work when you could just cut your drywall a little closer, maybe throw some caulking or a sealant around the edge and be done with it. But in our experience, it's really difficult to get a clean and durable finish with the box face flush to the wall just using a sealant. After trying out a ton of different methods, this is our favorite system to get the box sitting nice and tight against the wall without relying on a ton of sealant to get the finish we want. And now that it's been mudded a few times, it's time to tear away that tear-away bead edge and reveal the perfectly flat, perfectly smooth, strong drywall edge that we've created using these beads. And at this point, you'll probably notice that there is a small gap between the top and bottom of the boxes and the beads. Now this is because IKEA boxes, the sides stick out about 1/8 of an inch above the tops and bottoms. So you're left with a gap that no matter what you do, you'll still have to address with some sealant. But because we did all that hard work before, this part is a breeze and it's really easy to clean all the sealant off the face of the units. Just trust us, this is the best way to not use a ton of sealant and get a perfectly flush, smooth finish. At that point, it's time to paint. So get your brush out, grab a mini roller or tape, or however you best do your painting, do that. And just promise us you'll do a good job and that you'll cover any sealant you put on with paint, because sealant will discolor over time. I don't know if you knew that, but it will. And at this point, you can go ahead and remove all that protective film, stand back and admire your built-in looking, but still IKEA units, boxes, cupboards, bookshelves, whatever they are. Anyways, I'm out of here. Hope you enjoy.